Now on Good Morning Northwest, the first votes are in and counted in the New Hampshire primary. Who's ahead in the earliest of tallies for the Republican presidential nomination?
Grab your raincoats. How long the rain will stay with us coming up in your First Alert forecast.
And it's not a snow day, but a flood day for students in Pend Oreille County. We'll show you why CUSIC canceled classes for the rest of the week. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Tuesday, January 23rd. Mark Peterson has another morning off. Let's check in with Allison Martinez and your First Alert forecast.
Good morning. We are starting off our day with a little bit warmer of temperatures. It's going to be a gloomy morning. Currently 37 degrees in Spokane and 37 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. These roads don't look too bad, but they definitely are those slushy, messy spots out there. Here are 4 things to know for your day today. We are expecting showers off and on all through the day and all through the week. Slushy, messy roads like we talked about, areas of fog, and temperatures in the 40s this weekend. We do have a dense fog advisory currently in place, lasting until about noon today. This is for Grand Coulee, Wenatchee, Moses Lake, down through Yakima and Tri-Cities. These areas could be having visibility of less than 1/4 of a mile, so definitely be aware of that as you head out today. Here's a look at our 12-hour rain chances for today. We're looking at a 30% chance all throughout the day. Nothing too significant in terms of rainfall, though we will be seeing those showers off and on. As we approach the evening, we're going to dry up, so that's a great opportunity to head outside, take your dog for a walk, anything you need to do. Here's a look at our highs. We're seeing temperatures in the upper 30s, 38 in Grand Coulee and Ritzville, 39 degrees in Spokane, and temperatures in the 40s in Idaho, 42 in Kellogg, 42 in St. Mary's, and 41 in Pullman. Here are our lows for tonight. Temperatures just above freezing for the most part, 33 degrees in Spokane, 34 degrees in Grand Coulee and Kellogg as well. We're looking at 31 degrees in Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint. For the rest of your day, our high is 38 degrees. We're going to be at 36 during the middle of the day, 37 by the afternoon, and by the evening, we'll dry up and it will be 36 degrees.
Allison, thanks. It is the first in the nation primary, and it's supposed to kick off that primary process across several states.
Former President Donald Trump is aiming to drive Nikki Haley, his last rival, out of the 2024 presidential race today. Let's get over to Sydney Charles at the Breaking Now desk with the latest details on the New Hampshire primary. Sydney.
That's right. Voters are headed to the polls this morning. Now, this is a live look at a polling station in Bedford, New Hampshire right now. You can see plenty of people just coming up, casting their votes, and all of this is going on again right now. The very first votes, though, overnight in New Hampshire were cast in Dixville Notch. Donald Trump was swept by Nikki Haley in that, which continued its tradition of casting votes at midnight, but polls show that those votes may not be a reliable indicator of how things will play out today. Haley spent yesterday campaigning across New Hampshire, trying to convince voters to deliver her an upset victory. Right now, polls show Haley trailing the former president by double digits. Trump's former rivals in the Republican primary have officially thrown their support behind him. Trump on stage last night accusing Haley of courting Democrats, calling her, quote, unelectable.
If you want a losing candidate who puts America last, vote for Nikki Haley.
Meanwhile, the New Hampshire Attorney General's office says it's investigating reports of an apparent robocall that used artificial intelligence to mimic President Biden, advising people in the state not to vote in the primary. The White House says the call was not recorded by the president. And today, Vice President Kamala Harris and their spouses are set to hold a rally together in Virginia to discuss abortion access. And back to today's primary, win or lose in New Hampshire, Haley says it will not be game over for her. The primary in South Carolina, Haley's home state, is next month, but polls in that state show Trump leading there by more than 30 points. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sydney, thanks. And as you just mentioned, the tiny town of Dixville Notch, New Hampshire, continued its tradition of having its handful of voters cast their ballots at midnight. Now, to celebrate the occasion, members of the town were serenaded by 3-time world champion accordionist Corey Pasatro. Take a listen. Well, Nikki Haley came away with a clean sweep in Dixville Notch, with all 6 people in the town voting for her.
Former President Trump now has one less legal issue to worry about, with a judge in Massachusetts dismissing a challenge to remove him from the ballot. The challenge citing a section of the 14th Amendment that would prevent anyone from holding office if they engage in an insurrection. So far, 2 states have decided to remove Trump from the ballot, but those orders are on hold while they play out in court. The Spokane County Voters Guide has been mailed out for the upcoming special election on February 13th.
If you still need to register to vote or update your information, you have until February 5th to do so, either online or by mail. Ballots will be mailed out later this week. You can find more information and links to your online voter guide on our website, kxly.com/forthepeople.
In Grant County, at least 13 kids between 3rd and 8th grade were taken to the hospital there while Luke's school district bus collided with a pickup truck. None of the students suffered any major injuries. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says it happened near Road 27 Southwest and Road O Southwest near Mattawa. Here's a picture of the scene. You can see that bus ended up on its side. The driver of the pickup was also taken to the hospital. He had serious injuries. This is a developing story. We'll update you as we learn more.
The Cusick School District is closing for the rest of the week because of damage caused by a broken water pipe. It burst inside of a classroom in the junior-senior high school and flooded most of the school. Now, water was everywhere, standing water and puddles in hallways and classrooms. The superintendent says staff is now moving almost everything out to be dried and checked for mold.
It actually flooded everything to the south, except our furthest 3 southern classrooms.
Now, other districts are stepping in to help. The Deer Park School District is letting Cusick use its gym for a basketball game. It's nice to know they're helping out there for sure.
Yep.
Your Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:06.
As you are heading out this morning, you need to know what's going on with the weather, and it's wet, Allison.
It is wet. It's going to continue to be wet all through this week. We're seeing snow on the mountains and rain in the valleys. We'll let you know when we could get a break from this moisture coming up in your first alert forecast.
2 wild waves blast through a U.S. military base. Well, we'll show you more of this. You got to see it to believe it.
And still waiting for help from the federal government. Just ahead, what 2 Washington lawmakers are doing to pressure the Biden administration to help victims of the Gray and Oregon Road fires.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Taxes aren't free, but your furnace could be. This holiday season, when you purchase a Daikin air conditioning unit, you'll receive a Daikin furnace free. That's right, free. Let us keep you and your family comfortable all year round. Contact Mainstream today.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call SWAP. I gotta call SWAP.
Here you go.
That's it. I'm calling them.
You forgot your check.
Craig Swap & Associates is on your side. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
This year, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. We've got lots of great choices, and every vehicle sold comes with Toyota Care, so you can get a new reliable vehicle in 2024 from Findlay.
212, yo, it's common sense, y'all. You know we get it done. Rockin' here with Kelly Clarkson.
Grammy and Oscar winner, Common. Plus from Echo, Alakwa Cox. Next, Kelly.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
More epic than a stampede of beach stallions. More epic than a buttery tail whip. More epic than Emma keeping her mitts off the fresh muffins. It's the final days of the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress, and that means everything is on sale. Like the Summit, now only $332.49. Check out any Doctor's Choice Hybrid and save $100. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Plus, no interest until January 2028, and free shipping. But hurry, the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress ends soon.
DECU isn't like other financial institutions, and the difference is people. Because we're not for profit, there's no boardroom of billionaires maximizing their margins. Our biggest stakeholders are people like you. It's our members who make money meaningful, so we focus on helping them thrive. It's the art student bringing beauty to his community that makes a college loan matter. It's the mother building her family's foundation that makes a mortgage matter. It's people that make BECU matter. People like you.
Taxes aren't free, but your furnace could be. This holiday season, when you purchase a Daikin air conditioning unit, you'll receive a Daikin furnace free. That's right, free. Let us keep you and your family comfortable all year round. Contact Mainstream today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
It is 10 minutes after 6. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Today, President Joe Biden will highlight reproductive rights at a campaign rally in Northern Virginia.
He'll be introduced by a Texas woman, who said that she nearly died after being denied an abortion in her state. Amanda Zarowski said that doctors only took action when she developed an extreme infection. Biden's team is trying to make reproductive rights a central issue of the 2024 election. Today also marks the first campaign event of the year featuring both Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. This week, she also launched a reproductive freedoms tour.
A Supreme Court ruling is putting added pressure on lawmakers to pass an immigration plan. The court is allowing Border Patrol to remove razor wire along part of the Rio Grande. It is from Operation Lone Star, a Texas initiative to stop migrants from crossing into the U.S. The Biden administration is suing Texas to stop its border efforts, arguing immigration is a federal matter. So the new ruling puts more pressure on Congress to address the crisis.
Russian strikes killed 5 people and hurt at least 40 others across Ukraine today. That's according to a statement from the Minister of Internal Affairs. A strike in the capital of Kyiv killed 1 person when a missile struck 2 high-rise buildings and a private house. In Kharkiv, strikes hit 2 multi-story buildings, killing 3 people and injuring about 30 others. Now, in his statement, the minister said, "This is Russia's true intentions, daily terror of civilians."
Take a look at this. A rogue wave slamming ashore at a U.S. military base in the Marshall Islands, a remote island nation in the Pacific. The force of the water ripping the doors from their hinges, taking 2 people with them. Those inside climbed on tables, clinging to anything they could reach. Moments later, a second wave rushed in, knocking out windows. No serious injuries reported. The tiny nation is on the front of climate change. The front lines of climate change due to rising sea levels and more frequent storms.
Here is your 10-second takeaway. Today, we're expecting rain and patchy fog all through the day. You will need your raincoat, your umbrella. Our high is 39 degrees.
2 Eastern Washington lawmakers are demanding an update from the Biden administration on emergency funding for wildfire assistance for Spokane County. In October, Governor Jay Inslee requested the president declare a major disaster declaration following the Gray and Oregon Road fires. Those fires destroyed 366 homes. Now, if approved, the state would have access to a wide range of federal assistance programs. Senator Maria Cantwell and Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers sent a letter to the president. Reading in Park, the community needs to begin to rebuild and mitigate against future disasters now. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:12.
How many homeless people are there in Spokane County? Volunteers are working to find that out this week. Coming up, why their findings are so important.
First, a break and a live look at downtown Spokane on your Tuesday morning. We'll be right back after this.
HAR, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you going to build? Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Where would you get engaged? On a mountaintop. Wherever you get engaged, we want to help you mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers, where Spokane gets engaged since 1950.
Now's the perfect time for your new adventure. So, catch the wind, catch the view, or do something that takes your breath away. AutoNation Toyota is here to help get you out there. Right now, lease a new 2023 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road. Just $489 a month. Visit AutoNation Toyota today. What drives you drives us.
Dude, you coming? Alka-Seltzer Plus Power Max Gels Cold and Flu Relief with more concentrated power. Because the only thing dripping should be your style. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, Winter Warriors with Alka-Seltzer Plus.
10 years from today, Lisa Schneider will become the undisputed leader of a ginormous pack of dogs. Rescue dogs, to be exact. A second act made possible by the career reskilling courses Lisa's already taking now with AARP. To help make sure her income lives as long as she does. So she can finally run with the big dogs and the small dogs who just think they're big dogs. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Beneful knows a full life doesn't just happen. It's a choice. To take a swing, to taste all life has to offer. Choose joy. Choose Beneful. And try Incredibites, just for small dogs.
Doing the bare minimum at work probably won't earn you a bonus this year. But at Northern Quest, that unremarkable work ethic can't stop you from having your best year ever with an extra $2,024 a month. It's our best year ever giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card to enter. Then be here for the grand prize drawing this Thursday. And don't go above or beyond. Details at northernquest.com.
Where would you get engaged? On a mountaintop. Wherever you get engaged, we want to help you mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers, where Spokane gets engaged since 1950.
Welcome back. The time is 6:16. This week, Spokane County conducts its annual point-in-time count.
Over the next few days, more than 200 volunteers across Spokane County compile a count and ask questions of the homeless population. There are 23 questions, including name, gender, and race. Answers are not mandatory, but the more in-depth responses, the better. It helps those collecting the data better understand the needs for the county. Last year, the report counted a total of 2,390 people. The point-in-time count also gives us a closer look at the reality of being homeless in Spokane County.
It's a wonderful reminder of the kind of conditions and the places where many of our community members do live or call home. So it's a very humbling experience for anybody who is maybe not familiar with homelessness, or to the extent of homelessness does affect our community.
Once the data is collected and finalized, the report will become available by April or May.
And we're taking a live look over downtown Spokane this morning. You can see the lights of the pavilion all lit up there, some cars in the background. A clearer start to our day here, but still going to be kind of a wet one for the next couple of days.
Sure will, but warmer. If you think about just a couple of weeks ago, we were in single digits and below zero. And
yeah, I know. It feels like it was so much farther just with the distinct difference, but we are much warmer now. Our high for today is 39 degrees. We're even seeing temperatures in the 40s later this week, but in the meantime, we're seeing plenty of rain and patchy fog, winds 3 to 6 miles per hour. Now tonight, our low is 33 degrees. We will see chances of that rain continuing and some dense fog as well. In particular, that evening commute is going to be a little bit more difficult here. Here's a look at our fog forecast. Here's 8 o'clock. As you head out the door this morning, this area does have a dense fog advisory in place until about noon today. Moses Lake, Ritzville, Tri-Cities, Wenatchee, those areas will need to be extra mindful as you head out the door into Deer Park and Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint as well. Now, as we make our way through the afternoon and into the evening, this fog is going to become a lot more widespread, especially right at 5 o'clock. Here's your look there. That's your evening commute. So definitely something to be aware of as you head out during that busy time. Now, another thing that we're keeping a close eye on is rain. We're seeing it in and out all through the entirety of the week. Here's a look at 8 o'clock this morning. We're seeing some light snow totals in the mountain areas, rain everywhere else. And as we approach noon, you can see that's a little bit of a break for the Spokane area, so don't expect to get too wet during that time. Northern Idaho, different story, seeing lots of activity through that time as well. And as we approach dinner, going to be pretty consistently dry throughout the region here. Of course, we do have some patches in Sandpoint, St. Mary's, into Coeur d'Alene a little bit. So definitely keep that in mind. And by tomorrow, that's when our next system will make its way into our area. Now we're taking a look at our wet weather chances for the next couple of days. We're seeing the highest likelihood for tomorrow, and then we dwindle a little bit by Thursday to a 30% chance. Friday, that's our best opportunity for a break from the wet weather, looking at just 10%. And then we'll see rain back into our forecast on Saturday. Saturday and a little bit on Sunday as well. Here's a look at our highs. Much milder temperatures, much more comfortable as you're out and about. 39 degrees in Spokane and 38 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. Here are our lows: 33 degrees in Spokane and 31 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. We're pretty consistently in the lower 30s range all throughout the region. Now, here's our planning forecast. All of the factors you can expect for the next couple of days. We're going to be seeing clouds, fog, and lots of rain moving in and out. The front half of our week, we are expecting some rainfall there. Temperatures in the upper 30s. Friday, that's our best bet for a break from the rain, maybe even some sunshine. I would love to see some sunshine for just a day here. And then Saturday and Sunday, those temperatures are going to be in the 40s, leading us into the next week. So it's going to be an even milder week ahead to look forward to.
Yeah, those 40s, sunshine, sounds really nice.
Absolutely.
Especially after all that rain. All right, thanks, Allison.
Good morning, Northwest Time is now 20 minutes after 6.
If every team continues to play at their current pace, there should be a staggering amount of representation from the Inland Northwest come March. After the break, who has a really good chance of playing in the Madness next in Morning Sports.
Thanks so much for waking up with Good Morning Northwest on your Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's back. 4 big days, January 25th to the 28th at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. New dealers, new boats, new floor layout. Go to SpokaneBoatShow.com.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire is making room for new inventory. For a limited time, you can create your ideal space and save on in-stock selections. Sofas, chairs, tables, and more. Comfortable and beautiful furniture makes a house feel like home. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world.
And so much happening.
Right here in the Northwest.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good Morning Northwest and Good Morning America.
We're right here, and we got you.
We got you, Northwest.
Respect, protect, pay essential grocery store workers.
After 23 years on the job, I'm living paycheck to paycheck.
I work in a rural Safeway, and we need to be included with Spokane wages.
I know management won't give us a raise unless UFCW 3000 fights for us.
UFCW 3000 fights to make sure that essential workers get better wages, respect on the job, and a safe workplace.
Thanks, UFCW 3000.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Have you been looking for the perfect pre-owned vehicle and wondered, where have all the used cars gone?
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we have the best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Whether you're looking for a Toyota, Subaru, Ford, or maybe that perfect Honda.
Every pre-owned vehicle is quality inspected and ready for you to take home today.
We work with local lenders to get you the rate you deserve.
Inventory changes daily, so come see us at Coeur d'Alene Honda or visit us on our website at cdahonda.com.
Boats of all types and sizes, heavy metal and smaller fishing boats, open bow, high-performance ski and wakeboard boats, pontoons, and personal watercraft. Learn more at SpokaneBoatShow.com.
When it's all said and done, we could have as many as 5 teams from our region make the NCAA tournament. Of course, there's a long way to go, but it's never too early to start looking at March Madness predictions. One of those squads is the Gonzaga men. We've talked plenty so far this season about their struggles, but last weekend they looked as good as any point this year. The Bulldogs blew out both Pepperdine and San Diego to improve to 13-5. While they are currently projected out of the tournament, they'll have a chance to pick up a lot more wins over the next 6 weeks in WCC play. Meanwhile, the Gonzaga women look to be safely in the tournament. They're ranked number 17 in the nation. And if the Zags keep up those winning ways, they could even be hosting the first and second rounds in Spokane. But they're going to have to get past a tricky set of matchups coming up. They're going to be on the road down in California for the next 3 games. Down in the road in Pullman, the Washington State women aren't ranked, but are still in pretty good shape more than halfway through the season. They swept the Arizona schools over the weekend to improve to 14-5. The road about to get a whole lot tougher this upcoming week. They're going to travel down to Los Angeles to take on number 11 USC and number 2 UCLA. And finally, the Washington State men continue to be an enigma this year. At one moment, they're going to look like world beaters, and the next, they're tripping over their own feet. And that's what happened this past weekend after beating Stanford, but then falling to Cal in overtime. Now, the good news is they already got 13 wins, and if they can somehow find 10 more, that should put them in the big dance. Now, the Cougs are going to return home for a series against Utah and Colorado later this week. If they split that, they're in good shape. Reporting in studio, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
Baseball Hall of Famer and Spokane native Ryne Sandberg announced he's been diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer. Sandberg shared the news on Instagram, saying he started treatment and that he and his family will, quote, continue to be positive, strong, and fight to beat this. Sandberg played second base for the Chicago Cubs for almost his entire career, winning 9 Gold Glove awards and being named an All-Star 10 times during his 16-year career. He was the National League MVP in 1984. Sandberg was born and raised in Spokane. He graduated from North Central in 1978. The school later renamed its baseball field after him.
Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:25.
We are in the thick of the winter sick season. Many parents hope to protect their child from RSV with a vaccine. A nationwide shortage, though, making that difficult. What we're seeing at our local hospitals.
And the mother of a Michigan school shooter is in court today. The charges she faces that prosecutors say contributed to the deaths of 4 students. And before we head to break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America, starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, driving on black ice. Oh my God! Videos like these becoming a dangerous reality across the country as ice covers the roads. More than 1,300 people in the U.S. die every year on snowy, slushy, or icy roads. More than 100,000 are injured. So what should you do when you hit a patch of ice? Our Matt Gutman teamed up with Team O'Neill Rally School in 2022 to learn how to drive on an icy road safely.
So you don't want to brake and turn. The car's not going to be able to handle it. So what you want to do is think about doing one of those things at a time. Brake, then turn. I'm braking, but now I'm looking where I want to go, and I'm able to swerve out of the way.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more expert tips and the demonstration you need to see to stay safe on these slick roads. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
That thing I'm crashing into. Look where you want to go. That thing.
You got this, buddy. You got it.
During an asthma attack, every second feels like an eternity. Primatene Mist works fast. It's clinically shown to open airways quickly. Get the #1 FDA-approved over-the-counter asthma inhaler. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again.
The big interview. Don't be nervous. You took classes from Yale and Google.
You ready?
You're more than ready. So let's do this. With over 5,000 courses and degrees from world-class institutions on Coursera. Learn without limits.
I was drowning in debt.
I had over $36,000 in debt. If I would have just made the minimum payments, it would have taken me 59 years to pay off.
National Debt Relief can significantly reduce the amount you owe.
National Debt Relief reduced my debt by over $27,000.
With National Debt Relief, you have a powerful team that knows how to talk to your creditors.
National Debt Relief, they got me out of debt.
Call or visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
Oh, you gonna take me home tonight.
Queen Nation, the ultimate tribute to the music of Queen, live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, March 7th. Get your tickets now for the #1 ranked Queen Tribute Act.
Winning is just the beginning.
Agriculture Innovation meets tradition February 6th through the 8th at the Spokane Convention Center. Come see the latest in farming technology, network with peers and industry experts, and participate in seminars. Whether you're a seasoned grower, an entrepreneur, or just passionate about agriculture, this is the event for you. Meet, learn, grow at the Spokane Ag Show. Get your tickets now. I'm Melissa Paul, Ag Show Director, and I'll see you there.
There are some things that work better together, like your workplace benefits and retirement savings.
Presentation looks great.
Thanks. Voya provides tools that help you make the right investment and benefit choices so you can reach today's financial goals. That one. And look forward to a more confident future.
That is one dynamic duo. Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. I want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Where winning is just the beginning.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now Story Tracker packed with stories people are talking about today.
The last unidentified remains of the victim of the Green River killer have been identified. The remains, known for decades as Bones 20, have been identified as a young woman named Tammy Leals. Now, Gary Ridgway was convicted of her death and the deaths of 48 other women in 2003, but only through modern forensic technology could the remains be positively identified as Leals. The unsolved murders spread terror through the Northwest through the 80s and 90s. Ridgway is currently serving a life sentence in Walla Walla.
Uncharted territory for the Dow. It heads into today's trading after closing just above 38,000, the first time ever breaking that barrier. Across the board, gains push the Dow up 0.4%.
It's Oscar nomination morning. Box office darlings Barbie and Oppenheimer both snagging Best Picture nominations. And here's a look at that full list. 10 films nominated this year: American Fiction, Anatomy of Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest.
Best Actor nominations include Bradley Cooper, Coleman Domingo, Paul Giamatti, Cillian Murphy, and Jeffrey Wright. Best Actress nods include Annette Bening, Lily Gladstone, Sandra Huller, Carey Mulligan, and Emma Stone. Good Morning America will have a complete rundown of the nominations starting at 7 o'clock this morning.
Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Tuesday, January 23rd. Mark has another morning off this morning and tomorrow morning. Then he's back. Let's check in with Allison Martinez and your first alert forecast.
Good morning. We're starting off by taking a live look over Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Looks pretty dry and manageable out on these roads, but that's not necessarily the case everywhere. Currently 37 degrees in Spokane and 36 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. Here are 4 things to know for your day today. We are expecting showers off and on throughout the day and the week as well. Expect slushy, messy roads, areas of fog, and temperatures in the 40s this upcoming weekend. Now, we do have a dense fog advisory currently in place lasting until noon today. Wenatchee, Moses Lake, Yakima, Tri-Cities, all of these areas could be seeing visibility at less than 1/4 of a mile. So definitely be aware as you head out today. Here's a look at our 12-hour rain chances. We have a 30% chance all throughout the day today. And as we approach dinner time, the evening commute, that's when things are going to dry out pretty significantly here. A little bit of a break for you as you head out tonight. Here we're taking a look at our highs: 39 degrees in Spokane and 38 degrees in Coeur d'Alene, seeing temperatures in the upper 30s, in the 40s in Idaho, 42 in Kellogg, and 42 in St. Mary's. And for our overnight lows, temperatures right in the lower 30s.
Breaking news from the Breaking Now desk. We have just received the full preliminary report for the North Idaho avalanche that killed a Spokane man earlier this month near Stevens Peak. The report confirms that the 3 men involved in this case were all skiers equipped with suitable gear for mountain travel, possessed familiarity of the terrain, and were all experienced backcountry skiers. Important to note as well, the report says the men did review the avalanche forecast on the morning of the incident. According to the Colorado Avalanche Information Center, they descended the slope you're seeing on your screen one at a time, adhering to standard safety practices. The first person safely made it down the slope, then radioed the second skier from a presumed safe location, telling him that he was clear to begin his descent. But when the second skier took off, the report says that triggered a small, localized avalanche around 1 foot deep, overtaking the first and second skier. The third skier saw the whole thing unfold from above and rushed to search the area. When he found the second skier, there were no signs of life. The first skier was able to get himself out. He did have a broken forearm. Again, this report just came in. We're still breaking down the details, and we'll continue to update you with more information as it becomes available. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Thank you so much, Sydney. New on Good Morning Northwest. Spokane City Council has chosen its newest member. In a 4-2 vote last night, the council passed a resolution naming Lily Navarrete to represent District 2, Position 2. Navarrete fills the seat that was made vacant by Betsy Wilkerson's election to the council presidency. Wilkerson supported the appointment, saying, "I am proud to know that my seat is being occupied by someone who retains the same vigor and dedication to District 2 and primarily East Central. Her passion is needed as we work to make Spokane a better place for all."
Spokane police are searching for a bank robber this morning. The robbery happened at the Washington Trust Bank on Indiana and Division at around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon rather. Investigators say the robber indicated he had a weapon and made off with some money. We don't know exactly how much. Now, if you have any information that could help this investigation, you're asked to contact the Spokane Police Department.
Around the Northwest, some lawmakers in Olympia want to ban law enforcement from hog-tying suspects. The restraint has been criticized for years due to the risk of suffocation. In March of 2020, 3 Tacoma police officers cuffed Manny Ellis's hands and feet together. He could be heard on video saying he could not breathe. He died. Last month, the jury found those 3 officers not guilty of murder. The Washington Attorney General's office recommended against using hog tying in its model use of force policy released in 2022, but it's still permitted by some law enforcement agencies in Washington. U.S. Marshals found a suspected mass murderer dead in Texas. Police in Illinois suspected 23-year-old Romeo Nance of killing 7 people in 2 suburban Chicago homes. Investigators believe those murders are connected to 2 other shootings Sunday and that Nance took his own life.
We are in the peak of the RSV season, but as parents look to protect their babies from the virus, the availability of RSV vaccines is limited. While anyone can catch RSV, babies are at an especially high risk. There have been 400 ER visits in Spokane County just this season, and nearly 80% of those were for children under 5 years old. This virus makes it hard for babies to breathe. They may even struggle to eat. That's why this new vaccine was such a relief, but the shortage is impacting hospitals everywhere, including Spokane County.
We let the Department of Health know the demand we have and then hope we get some response, meaning we get some numbers of the vaccine as opposed to probably, and it's often not going to meet exactly what we're asking for though.
Now, if you'd like to know if the vaccine is available for your child, Dr. Simmerman, who you just heard from there, encourages you to call your primary care physician's office. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:37.
Boy, my car is so dirty and so gross, but looking at this forecast, I don't think I'm going to want to wash it.
Yeah, there's not a good window for any type of washing anytime soon. We have wet weather in store. We'll let you know when you could get a break and maybe take care of your car coming up in your First Alert forecast.
And still to come, AI used for good. The new technology helping detect cancer and potentially saving lives. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Temperatures outside are expected to drop near 0 from now through the end of the month, and we want you to be prepared. Keep your thermostat set at 70 degrees. Let faucets in your home drip. Cover hose bibs. Keep garage doors closed. Have space heaters on hand. And remember, Bill's Heating and Air will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, should you have issues at all. Happy New Year from your Bill's Heating and Air family.
This year, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. We've got lots of great choices, and every vehicle sold comes with Toyota Care, so you can get a new reliable vehicle in 2024 from Findlay.
Go, Chiefs, go! Up front, here comes the cat, he shoots and scores! Throws it on net, shoots and scores! Throws it on net and scores!
This Friday and Saturday, your Spokane Chiefs have 2 games in the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. Friday, the Chiefs play Prince George on Gold Seal Princess and Heroes Night. Saturday, Portland's in town on Military Appreciation Night presented by Pizza Factory. For game times and tickets, go to SpokaneChiefs.com.
BECU would like to congratulate Northeast Youth Center grand recipient of the People Helping People Award in Spokane.
Northeast Youth Center serves as a way for families, single parents, to be able to work. Our mission is to take care of their children for them so they can take care of their families. We have a variety of different children with a variety of different behaviors here. That generous grant from BECU will help us to be able to sustain all the activities that we do here.
Buenos dias, I'm Eddie Garcia and we're building this house.
Hey, I'm Tanya Galvez. I work at Par Lumber. And we supply Eddie with all the materials he needs.
Par, your total home building source since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
PB. PB and J? PB before we go. P before we go. P before we go. See you tomorrow? Yeah.
Welcome back in. The time is now 6:40. For the first time in U.S. history, women ages 35 to 54 are being diagnosed with lung cancer at higher rates than men. Researchers don't yet know why this has happened, but there are theories like women have been somewhat slower than men to quit smoking, and women may be less likely than men to be offered lung cancer screenings. Now, smoking is the leading cause of lung cancer in men and women, and you can test your house for the second leading cause, which is radon. Survival after a diagnosis has improved thanks to targeted therapies and treatments. New technologies involving artificial intelligence, or AI, is being tested to detect and grade cancer.
We are in a very exciting time in diagnostic pathology because we have all these new tools available to us which can help oncologists, which can help cancer patients like never before.
Now, the AI will not replace doctors. It may take up to 3 years to fully implement this technology.
Here is your 10-second takeaway. Today, we're expecting rain and patchy fog. Break out your raincoat, your umbrella. Our high for the day is 39 degrees.
A new study suggests that a simple blood test could screen for Alzheimer's disease even before a patient has any symptoms. The simple blood test for several proteins that build up in people with it could replace the current expensive and hard to access brain scans or spinal taps. The blood test should be available for clinical use very soon, which would be really great.
Yes, absolutely.
It is now 6:41.
Still to come this morning, we're starting to get an insight on the impact that COVID will have on our bodies long term. What new research is finding when Good Morning Northwest continues right after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Now's the perfect time for your new adventure. So, catch the wind. AutoNation Honda is here to help get you out there. Lease a brand new 2024 Honda Accord for only $249 a month. Visit AutoNation Honda today.
Those responsible for making our local roads and highways safe for winter travel would like to remind you that snow removal is an important, critical, and precise task. Please give the right-of-way to removal equipment so we can all get where we need to go quickly and safely.
Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and warm. Your comfort is Andes' priority. Get ready for the cold with a high-efficiency furnace from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andes offers a wide range of top-quality heating systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andes' team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can trust Andes to diagnose and fix any issue efficiently. Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Stay safe while traveling this winter. Before you head out, trust the First Alert weather team to pinpoint the safest times to go and exactly what to expect. 4 News Now First Alert weather on air, on the app, and streaming on KXLY Plus.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe. Slow down and keep a safe following distance. Use traction tires. Give snow and emergency vehicles the right of way. Carry an emergency kit. Brought to you by Lakes, Worley, Post Falls, and Eastside Highway Districts.
Now's the perfect time for your new adventure. So, catch the view. AutoNation Honda is here to help get you out there. Lease a new 2023 Honda Ridgeline Sport for only $299 a month. Visit AutoNation Honda today.
Inside Edition.
These are the stories that impact your life.
It's 6:44. A trial gets underway in Michigan today stemming from a deadly school shooting.
But it's not the shooter on trial. It's his mother. Jennifer Crumbly's son, Ethan, opened fire at a school in Oxford, Michigan in 2021, killing 4 students. Both Jennifer and her husband, James, are charged with involuntary manslaughter for buying the semi-automatic handgun that was used in the attack and for allegedly ignoring their son's pleas for help related to mental health concerns. Now, if convicted, they could face up to 60 years in prison. Few parents whose children survived the school shooting hope that the trial leads to change.
I hope that this case is precedent setting. Perhaps that will go a small amount of way, if not a big amount of way, into preventing something like this.
Now, Ethan has already pleaded guilty to those murders and was sentenced to life without parole. Jury selection for Jennifer begins this morning and could take 1 week. Her husband's trial begins in March. One of the pressing questions asked during the pandemic was, what are the long-term effects of COVID-19 on our bodies?
A new study is beginning to answer that. It focused on long haulers, those people who battled symptoms for weeks after COVID was out of their system. About the loss of taste and smell, we know about that stuff, our lung issues also, but this is something different. A team from Columbia University, Cornell Medicine, and Sloan Kettering Cancer Center found that in long COVID patients, the SARS-CoV-2 virus is able to attack the area of the brain that produces dopamine. That's the chemical that makes you happy and produces feelings of joy and pleasure. When your body can't produce dopamine, the joy is gone, and people are left with anxiety or depression. If you haven't quite felt like yourself since a COVID infection, that might be the reason.
Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that's involved with our energy, our sense of pleasure, and the absence of it results in sort of the opposite.
This study only focused on people who battled long COVID. It's not clear what the effect COVID had on people who were asymptomatic or faced mild symptoms.
Let's take a live look outside this morning. You can see the moon kind of peeking through the trees there a little bit. Clear skies, it looks like today, but got a wet forecast.
Yeah, clear skies a little bit for now.
Yes, for now. Rain will be making its way into our forecast very soon. Warmer than temperatures we've seen. We're kind of getting the best of both worlds right now. Warmer temperatures, but also some light mountain snow as well. Today we're expecting rain and patchy fog, light winds today and into our evening. Our low is 33 degrees. That fog and that chance of rain will continue tonight as well, though we'll have a little bit of a break in the middle. We'll get to that in a minute. Here's our forecast radar. Taking a look at our fog, this area does have a dense fog advisory in place until noon today. Grand Coulee, Moses Lake, Ritzville, Tri-Cities. Definitely be aware as you head out this morning. Visibility at a quarter of a mile or less this morning. And as we approach a little bit later through the day, through the afternoon into the evening, here's a look at 5 p.m. tonight. This fog is becoming a little bit more widespread, so definitely something to be aware of as you head out for tonight's evening commute. We're also tracking the rain within our region today. Here's a look at 8 a.m. as you head out the door, seeing a lot of activity in North Idaho in particular. And as we approach noon, same kind of deal here. We're seeing showers in and out of Spokane, but really a lot of the activity is focused in Idaho today. And as we approach dinner time, we're going to be very dry throughout the region. A little bit of a break, a great time to head outdoors, take your dog out before our next system makes its way into our area for tomorrow. Now here we're skipping forward to look at our wet weather chances for the next couple of days. Tomorrow we're looking at 80%, Thursday 30%, Friday that's a little window for some dry weather, potentially just 10%, and Friday 50%, 20% Sunday. Here are our highs: 39 degrees in Spokane and 38 degrees in Coeur d'Alene, just a few degrees above our average, seeing temperatures pretty consistently in the upper 30s, some 40s in Idaho. 33 tonight for our overnight low in Spokane and 31 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. Here's our planning forecast. We are expecting rain in and out the next couple of days. First half of the week, we're seeing some chances of rain. Friday, that's that opportunity for some dry weather, maybe some sunlight finally peeking through. Saturday, we'll have some more rain in our forecast, and Sunday and Monday will dry up, potentially leaving us dry for the beginning of next week as well. And also by this weekend, we'll reach temperatures in the 40s, so a decent amount above our average. So some milder temperatures if that's way more up your alley.
These are some of those temperatures we were kind of dreaming of in that cold snap a couple weeks ago.
They came very quickly.
They sure did. The only problem, you know, when we talk about eating the snow up on the mountains, we need to hang on to that.
That's for sure.
Something we'll keep an eye on. It's now just about 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint is coming up.
Thanks so much for waking up with us on Good Morning Northwest on this Tuesday morning.